Resist. Everybody's watching. Running.
5, 4.
Animate cancel.
2.
Keep going, Sue. Stop, please, everybody. Back to the top.
Una umangang ito at dito na ka. Sana ta umangang ito at dito na uman. Sana ta umangang ito at dito na uman.
I think Inuit are not shy of television or radio. One of the main reasons is that they've always been very communicating kind of people, but it has been very slow because they would take messages from one community to another, from one region to another only by dog teams. And it was only through word of mouth that they were able to pass this message on. And being, or not having any written history, this form of communication, radio and television, was as old as it was new, an oral form of communication.
Josie Kusugak is right. We are a communicative people. Our language is called Inuktitut. There are far more films and television shows made in Inuktitut than there are books written in our language. I am Ann Meekitjuk Hanson. I'm a broadcaster, a journalist, and a storyteller. This is a story of Inuit television.
Maybe I should call him.
White Man's TV arrived suddenly in the Arctic. It was very seductive to many of us, but the exposure to that much English language could have wiped out our culture in a single generation. We had to find our own broadcasting voice. Inuit television started as a backlash in northern Quebec, where the introduction of White Man's TV was met by stiff resistance.
Pingaron na tasi. Tak ko television. Piusiring ni tanganik. Atok ta nga akong nail ta television mo. Imay lula ko ilan nga akong nail ta. Imay lula ko li. Uwat tinik. Kikatula ko li lagas ang akto television mik. Piusiyong ito mik. Kalunanot.
In northern Quebec, they fought back with a tiny local TV operation. It was very inspiring, and it worked. 3 years later, Inuit Broadcasting Corporation opened in Iqaluit with regional production centers in Baker Lake, Rankin Inlet, Igloolik, and Cambridge Bay. When Inuit Broadcasting Corporation started, I was there.
Hello.
I was very excited because that was another way of communicating with our people.
You guys stand by. I'm going to just ring.
Because radio had been there for a number of years already, but television was a new way of communicating with a large number of people through images.
We are on the air. Let me know. Take. And audio in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
When I was a little girl in Lake Harbor, my uncle used to listen to a radio from Greenland, which was in Inuktitut, but it would fade away because it was shortwave, and we couldn't get it. But he used to have to get up very, very early in the morning just to hear it. That was the first experience I had with Inuktitut programming on the radio. We have always been fascinated by white man's technology. I remember the beginning of filmmaking when I was a young girl. It started with people coming up to make films about us. Either it was acting or documentary, so we got used to it. We took training in filmmaking, and the young people were very, very interested, and they were very good at it, and they learned very quickly. And it felt good, you know, taking pictures of my own people. I remember doing landscapes most of the time because I wanted to get used to the camera, panning back and forth. Our filmmaking group was called Inuit Broadcasting means people from the beautiful land. We made many experimental films, training pieces. We made documentaries and educational films. And finally, the first Inuit TV drama, a soap opera, running 15 minutes every week. That first drama was called Lodi. It was based on the real life of a local character with the same name. The acting was all improvisation. Inuit showed us the way for 10 years, but IBC was also growing. Finally, the two organizations merged. This gave us the strength to produce 5 hours of Inuktitut programming each week. Everyone watched our shows. So the Inuit really pushed back the 1,000 hours per week of alien and violent TV from the South.
Which show do you like best on TV?
Wrestling. War.
Huh?
Armies.
TV mitä kun naatakset?
Yeah.
Wrestling. Wrestling?
Yeah.
If there's a lot of violence, I don't like them watching it. Or if it's a scary movie, I don't like watching scary movies, so I don't let them watch it either. And I don't let them watch the bingo you know, the ones where they can win a lot of money, because it gives people a false hope, and I don't want them to watch that.
I hear he's coming to Avonlea tomorrow. Do some campaigning before the election.
That's all. Perhaps I need to show him just how much support I have here in Avonlea.
My daughter is growing up with Superwoman and all these other things, and the advertisements that they have on TV. But I think it's healthy for them to learn about other cultures, about how other people live. But I would like to see more Inuit programming made by Inuit and for the Inuit. That would be really helpful.
For Inuit people to have been in contact with television for such a very short period of time, they have been able to convert this modern technology of television. They have been able to convert the thing that threatens a lot of other cultures. The Inuit people have turned around and started recording programs in television, the language, the cultures, the different hunting techniques, the different sewing techniques. I can go on and on. Things that would have been lost are being recorded.
Our traditions are important to us, so is our future. It is really hard for most young Inuit to model themselves exclusively on the traditions of our ancestors. Superheroes are nothing new in our rich tradition of shamans and spirits.
Yes, I seem to have spotted a man flying.
We did it with this switcher here. It's a special effects generator. It was there before I went on to training. It's been here since. This is the only thing that I shoot Super Shmoo with. It does a luminance key. What they do now in television is do a chroma key, but this one is so old. It's a luminance key. It can only key live footage from a camera and mix it with a videotape that's already shot, the aerial stuff, and then we just take them live and then put it on the recorder here.
Ikigid na kalak tuwa loak. Nahipakalalaw to na maitug tutakangin mga tanit tumi.
Ma, siliwa kami hamelaw na pa.
At
small.
Kisiani XviD, ilakang na taman na sulilawing nerong nila, ilakain na kawalokin nerawit, ilakang na kiman na tukikang mat, igla katigi iglo ni, kita katigi tiyatarlo ni, ang malusulakit tar na angapsi, o kanloik sa tiyatarlo si, ilagingin na tiyatar na apsi. Dahil maasianik miya na kaya kalang migamayla, ilagit siya na putigay.
As long as Inuk is doing that, people can relate to it. It's their own superhero. It's something that the children can look up to, and he speaks Inuktitut, and when you speak Inuktitut and do some modern day acting, that's a successful Inuk.
Super Smooth is aimed at the teenagers, but everyone watches it, young and old alike. But for the little children, the most popular show on IBC is Takuwinai, the Sesame Street of the North.
It was to fulfill part of the mandate which was felt wasn't being filled at the time, which was if you're preserving language and culture, it seemed pretty obvious that the people that were missing out were the children. Initially, we would have liked to have animated legends, but due to the lack of equipment and the high cost of animation, we found we could not feasibly do this. So the legends we created using what we called graphics, which were just pictures drawn, and then we would shoot these pictures along with the narration. There were some people worried about portraying animals in a cute way, considering we have to live off these animals, and we were asked by many people not to portray polar bears or animals like this as cute and cuddly, because in our culture they're not cute and cuddly. So the non-people characters we created were the lemming and the seagull and the raven, which don't tend to offend.
Whenever we make puppets, it has to fit your hand, like Tulu. This is like a glove. I have to make them bigger so because there's guys with big hands. This is the very first puppet I made. Was back in '86. It's just a dog with no name. Puki. I created Granny and Grandpa. This guy who was puppeteering Grandpa was left-handed, so the rod is on the left. Hi there. Hi. Hanual kia taima, narulipa. Narulikia nuliaka.
Sule makunirok to jito piyuyukit. Allah ekomawunga subadla pamit ako wakit.
Isu malap chumangilang ali. Amisyo ni kitong mata kayak nata amisyo ala lang matay ko kitong mata ang utapit futo taima.
Kamilaw lagay.
I think my best show was when Malaya was making a parka for Grandpa the Isaki. It looked so real that it was scary. Of course I'm real. Takwa pikit na magiging kapit lang na. Kyo jaw na pati ani kapit. Nakutuno kayo na kayo. Nasa nga kiyat siya kaya kalwa ka. Ila ka no jangit to api. Sipang kalwa mga ani kayo nangarakit.
The mandate of IBC is to preserve the Inuktitut language and culture. Super Smooth and Takuwinay are based on southern television shows. We know they are not of our culture, but they are very helpful to children because they are in our language. Most of IBC's work is about our culture, past and present. The Inuit world is very beautiful, but can be harsh, especially through the long night of winter. So our traditions reflect the tough realities of life in the Arctic. I remember as a child many frightening legends about unpleasant things, scary things, but they are told so we learn to be careful, to watch out for danger. Murder and obscenity have always been with us. Barney Patungyak from Baker Lake is recreating an old legend to help parents talk about these issues.
This is a story that I'm working on. It's a story of the legend Asasa. Yesterday we shot it while the atmosphere is just right, the color is just right for video.
More to the sunlight.
Samson Quinanak is telling the story. He's heard it while he was a child in Back River, about 100 miles north of Baker Lake.
I have. Just learn this. Itinigo lugo. Tunuk moske reaksjonio. Afromagok no tagawami. Ahasab. Pitikiran nanigo tap ko tigo meagami. Kakre kami. Tuaqtimak tulaqalaqsu kellasqaqinna. Samnago qaqrummaassa tadunga ikianamgo tammahungaqqinnaqmat. Aatataaqaqsunigo mayaqtiqaqat.
Some elders likes to joke around with children. This old man didn't have the right humor. He was indecent to him. The little boy naturally just got offended.
The arrow killed the obscene elder, and Asasa grew up to vanquish all enemies and became a great leader. The legend teaches us that victims can fight back and overcome their misfortune. Legends are one facet of our oral history. Paul Apak is an ambassador of my people. He films expeditions that trace the journeys that spread the Inuit across the north, from Asia to Greenland.
Somali Simagama, Tavanigo, Umiari Rogati, Alaska Muldu, Russia Muldu, Tamanga de Canada, Avanga Doki Nunangani, Takunanga Inuit, Nunangini, Kati, Umiari Rogati, Umiatomara Simama, Tavanga, Russia Nunangani, Tamang Tavanga, Alaska, Mikaldati, or your of town, a few Marasimamata, Seven. Ukturossimagata, Nunaharasimavagur, Srinikuna Yumi, Tavani Russia Nunangani, Tana Sriniki, Tamangarima, Tianin, Umiakaina from Matago, Kauni, Manam Tikitri. Nunangata, Afashimaninga Tamarisu, Tama Umiakaina Otigilo Machu, Tamakuninga Kauni, Makuninga Mani, Canada, Umiara Tetini. Namangima imanga. Namanginganun. Tekuninga no Siman of Saumata. Ini Umiakoting, Namini Umiakot the Tamini, Manamutama, Umiakasunning in you. Tavani, taken in Unarini, Umia of Pudes, Losimabu, taking a lupi after in your Fasiga of Simatlita. So Yamatavanga, in your Pia, Pia of the Hara, Pia of the Hara, having a Russian and Ishanguna Tayim in Pia, Toria Duty, Ishamaria Mata, Alaska, Canada could, Tavanga of Union and Simokuti, Tamana, Inuk Hamman. Stop! Banga di pila temi ismana ayako imana arda simaldene isma saksiyona tamako atoqatta tebini du atoqasuksugi amarnuna takubadiya dugo isma giba kayta ko sibde binaqul waqt dawla ismay manna inyu biksangi temi inyu nasaq faktubini tayshimani ishane angu yangami nagayun naqpalamata. When I take a simmer cup, she would look for a young of Grandma.
In traditional Inuit society, men were always hunters, travelers, craftsmen, and naturalists, and most Inuit men still do these things. Us women have always been homemakers, keepers of the fire, preparers of skins, seamstresses, cooks, mothers, and midwives. Much has changed. The welfare state now plays a big and not always welcome role in childbirth. For many years now, the women were always taken away from their homes, from their home communities to a larger center to have a baby. The women were away from home, away from their families for weeks, many weeks, to have a baby. We're trying to tell the medical people that we want to have our babies in our communities. The film on midwifery is very welcome to our people. I applaud greatly the women's groups for producing a midwifery program for our younger generation, because having a baby is not a disease, it's a natural way of being a human. They're very fortunate nowadays. They can learn both ways, Inuktitut and Kallunatitut. Inuktitut from the Inuk midwives and from a person who has medical training at the same time. So they're very fortunate that they are able to do this, able to deliver babies knowing both ways.
It's okay. I'm gonna say
This film has educated us and helped to change the system. More communities now have the option of home birthing. But controlling what goes into our children once they are born has become a huge concern to the Inuit. PCBs have polluted our Arctic food chain and Inuit mother's milk.
Temali natsivin ubaluna singin nukadang ito din.
Nukadang ito tamakun. Ila pigo malum ni tuina nukakasikala. Nukigo malut tuaro tuina wa yaktoya nukakasikala.
Tema tabani hakawi at in 1980 gulak tumin. Tusakte lagmigata PC Pirtali nawlak tuwi Canada Miliman. Ilata ko hausak tit hausak sa mayu itapani hikat jomi. Tema yok lagmat aswilata ko inulima amalutan uktulima PC Pirtali nagalin. Temalitau tamako diulain guna aftarit hakamid. Hawi sakta lo memeta aswila takko PC pirta mangata hawi sakta lo telugin tema sanagaya panigi yang anitong PC pirta tong sukwida lo tong sakla sa mayumin.
There are other forms of pollution that contribute to the dislocation of our culture. Too often, this dislocation leads to substance abuse. Aboriginal and other marginalized people around the world are prone to choose mind-numbing solvents over other drugs. Inuit are no exception. Solvents are killing our young people every year and damaging brains in others. TV gets to the heart of the matter so graphically that it makes parents and teachers aware of the symptoms. One of the most critical issues in our society is gasoline sniffing. Martin Khilak has confronted it with a devastatingly effective film.
Kisiyani ilangit na imauksak pagtutaw sa magkuningan uksok lang nit, nipiutak lang nit, amalo asingin nit. Imaka suluangin nagmut, kuwiasit tiyangin nagmut, ubalo ba sa kanangit na imauksak pangmata. Kisiyani, tukisisimang itut, sama tuminga na imauksak pagkutik, kana kuwiasong nak tagbunga na imauksak asugluni, isulid sa karonak.
Kan community yung na imauksak pang mutubilik ya.
Sabi ni Kyo Cactus naman. Imauksak lang sa mayuan.
Manali, kapsin yung Kyo Kalawal.
23.
Na imauksak at taklutit, isumabalaw nilatin. Na timinot kanok sokter lang yung mga.
Awun ko nukak tulong man. Amalo kaya tabang no chengilak tulong man. Inyong nyok tulong up to go. Oksong.
Yo, ulit kakakasigun ng ilatit. So, na imauksak pang mga data magkukto. Mutakka.
Uwang adi ihumak tutigi yaka sabanik ukiyo kaktilugo imialuk tiulaw kama. Imek tilaw wiulik miaksunga siya na pilirin maaksunga lo inuliri inalaw tilugi tay kwa.
Nagbataan na kayo mayaw kaya kalawad juwak sa tuwa kalog saman na imauksak na kanuit kumiyani tamani ukiyok taktumi atok talo at juwak matamagkuno nga magkuktuno. Saman na imauksak na kanuit kumiyani uksok lang nin amalo asingin nin. Kapian ang nagpa mariyoktak ko na ni angayaro tao na tukpagtuni. Kaya malisoko ikpat akik bakangin marikto.
Their son died from sniffing gasoline.
Taman na imauksak na tsunami ani uksok lang nin amalo asingin nin nukkakaya kalangman. Kaya nutakkatit o kakatigit siyarluwit. Amalo sulokin mga ata kayo matsiyaka sugluwit.
Kimmi kulugaila anitila wakko itum nago. Ngan siuti mo aporta yumma.
Ahli.
Biyakan kananay. Tema tayo na pata kina kulilo tu nulema. Kau sakit mana ko. Okay. Tanah jadi kan kena umur.
The drama can be more effective than documentaries because in some documentaries there are subjects so sensitive you have to hide people's faces. It hides the problem more when you hide their faces. So drama can be the most effective way to get the message to the people. The film Louisa, it's about violence, it's about spousal assault. When people see that, they think, oh, this is really happening. This is really happening for real.
Tiuyon nila ako maumno para sikun. Mamaya na warawan. Sumakya tayo may lutang na kalwa kayo mo. May lutak ka labi. Kaya may taktao mo na hatawi. Ito kalabi.
Man, tigo magunita ka. Naligi ko ni Kingali.
Anak nanuya ka kali.
Ikaw wasak na yung kangan eh.
Tsaka may naksipalo.
Unod to ay meron niyang ikipo ko.
Tito niya raw yun.
Kalo pa.
Tsaka lang lang siya. Hey, namimiyo mo, Will.
Aking kape ko yung
Yaman, ako ba yung
Tuh, sudah tahu sama cuma.
Kingang mo yun. Kasi kanya ako lagi na eh. Kingin na luti sa mga outlaw ng kuwit. Nulaki ako ni kamanasya at tatangnak. Sa mga niralong nilawit to.
Kita, ang pangalak ka?
Hindi.
Ibilas yan eh, malak si Madyan lang tayo mga katilugan doon.
Kayo mayag eh.
Ay mangong eh.
Sumarong nga, ang nalusi at sigiging nalusi. Pitsa ang otak ko si, ang titara kasi, ang titara si isumay nakisitak ko si. Asin nahat tayong nilawin. Suwan, asin nahat takawin na. Suman, ay!
Yung dito pala ngalang nga. Tayo ma. Okay. Yung dito pala ngalang kami tayo ma. Ay, kapiyaso lang ang dito pa tayo ma.
Hanok to kaya halak to chili. Ilining, takot singin nga.
Kaya pa siya tsam.
Louisa, iliningin na hanok to kaya to how you manak to. Palisi kung no hang ningin nila.
Ubi at winadami may nila. Uhala nila ako.
Ubi at winalanap tayo limani to in na robin. Kimakay na kaya halap tayo. Piluang nga ni.
Lanan ligta kalawal.
Ilang kinalimang tayo may no tawag yung hangig kalawangan.
Kasi ano di, nung nga maniyarawa, isang sararigong na lahat ko, uban ni, isang naksaw sa katangan.
Kita, sumutang kami nga hoti ko na nga ubalon ni kayo tayo mama.
Ilanit ko, ikayok kitsaya daki pagkama, ukag gila akong naktuming uban ni.
Kinalimulo ng pigala ako sumabi.
Aga, inari, kaya mayroon ko mangita naliriyak ko.
Tayo manalo ng ilak tayo makakalawan ni kamang inabi. Kung milyonisyo matilak sa manago, kinaling milyonisyo matilak sa manago. Ag ganyang napigyaso.
Ila, atsuaro, ninga marakay ka ma.
Diba pagkabi tayo ma, tayo may makakaya manayap ka. Ninga manita man na sa alagi pagkabi ilang ako. Ilang na niyong mitugalo. Kasi ang lisalagi at kung nakalaw magbibutan mo na ninga manaribak tayo.
Alcohol in the North has been a very central point for so many years now. When things go wrong, when there's violence, when there's laws being broken, when there's people hitting each other, alcohol is quickly to blame. I have seen my people beaten to a point where you could hardly recognize their faces, but at the same time, people were so scared to do anything about it. There were no meetings. It was just very hushed talk between women. So we left it alone for so many years until it could not be ignored. But people have taken action. People have formed groups in their communities. A shelter for women and children has been built in my town. So Louisa had a big impact. Shown on television, this film, Louisa, led directly to an improvement of a dire problem.
Inuit Broadcasting Jan Amaholik, Amalo Yak Anawa,
Jack, anawa, amakwali.
Amakulik?
Amakwali.
Amakulik. Okay.
Kihutiti sakit si Taylorski.
Kiyuta ka ganyan ka na. Ukalima katigin yak paka. Atuwamik. Tapirit si ko ngayok kamat dyan amakulik.
Atiro.
But it's not just social problems. Inuktitut TV has had a real impact on our political thinking. We have learned in recent years that when revolutions happen in other countries, the first thing they do is take over the TV stations. They do this so they can broadcast their message to the people. Through Inuktitut TV, we can see the state of our society every day. And knowing where we are, we can try to modify the forces shaping our culture. Sally Peter produces and presents a current affairs show called XviD, meaning a gathering place.
Tungmasawachi, Inuk, at Jigilong Itangani, Kagakul Siniata,
On a recent show, Inuit politicians analyzed the effects of Canada's military operations against Native people in the summer of 1990. They also discussed the effects of Canada's failure to negotiate a new constitution with Quebec. Our leaders were concerned about the political future of our land claim in the face of these crises.
Kanok at tuktaw na kalaw mga ata akawiyatin ni. Nukaham na kaktaw mata kanadaw ikatuyak kung Inut. Alaylo Manitoba Mill nukakta silaw may mata mitch like mik. Amalo o kami alay kukil siya katalaw may mata. Kabani akawiyatin ni piyuminiw sa malukto ni kanok nakakakta tigod piyum tigod ipinaksasitaw sa malukpat.
Tukisiya wadliang matamak ko nung inong nun. Ano? Ayungin na po. Sakit ita wadliang inaman. Tayo upang nagsatay na kausa kaya John, Elijah Harper. Kakatiligo. Ataw siya tiligo. Tayo kinakatawra ko makakatiligo. Kati mabigyan. Kingun niya soklo. Iting na sila man. Ukaw siya. Ataw si Kruger. Kanina karon naman. Rin na to. Nukakit sila ang magtaas sa Prime Minister. So, sinatumangan ni iman na ang iyong makayo ni Akto may piusivala ko sa makayo ni Akasubiyan ni Canada mo. Kasi yan uwag nung nakakatuwin at tigot. Kaya yung magdata piusivala ko sa makayo dyan ito. So, Quebec may ilitak sigaro akpat. Nung nakakatuwin ng doon ni Uvalo ni Ukiok Taktumil, ilitarayaw si Madjangin Matasuli.
It has taken 10 years to negotiate. The Inuit land claim issue revolves around sovereignty and title to the Canadian Arctic. We don't want a new country. We want a homeland with the same rights as the other provinces. We call this land Nunavut. It simply means our land.
The old Inuit society was never a utopia. But I think utopias are very good objectives to have, because then it gives you meaning for existence, and that makes it worthwhile.
Several months before the Oka crisis, the political agenda of Native media had irritated the government to the extent that in 1990, it slashed federal funding of Native communication groups out of all proportion to the normal deficit-cutting measures of the national budget.
The Inuit Broadcasting Corporation will lose up to $400,000 from the Northern Native Broadcast Access Program. Under this program, the corporation produced such series as Takuginai, a children's program, and Takuyakset, the award-winning series from Baker Lake. The elimination of the Native Communication Program funding means a loss of about $215,000. These program monies are used to produce drama, including the popular Super Samu series. The corporation will have to cut down on their air hours and close down part of its operation. Staff will have to be laid off in Ottawa and their northern production centers.
In the Secretary of State's letter to Native leaders justifying cuts to Native organizations, he states all areas of government have been asked to decrease expenditures, and my department is no exception. Can the minister explain why the $23 million of cuts in his department, 19 million of that cut came from Native programs? Why the concentration on Native programs? Well, in comparison, for example, the budget for official languages went up by $8 million.
And will the Prime Minister agree today to restore funding for Native Canadian media and associations and stop denying Native Canadians an important vehicle for justice and full participation in Canadian society? What's the answer today?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this government's record of support for our Native and other Aboriginal peoples is second to none in the world. And Mr. Speaker,
nuna khatibini takuna ila takuna sadara yunga tu sagati la yunga tamanna aksimara ipinam na khalas mumar so le TV kota tauta sunga tamako kisumi tikana mkina ya zama ne asotun so le tokhora jutina ila tamanna uperiya yuga de gama kuni makwa so le una takoti pitiara sudune tamanna de uperiya le vagodinyo tikutamanna nginata solo ngari shimage banga taina nakatara sumaye kinya ya solo inunni emakoni ngana khaktu inunni sangi dik tige kanna rasukti sakit kanna rotigi nastengi tamako kinya ya mitliya tawdu tabuna akang emai simangman tamakonu inunni la The
effects of the budget cuts were closure of the regional production center at Cambridge Bay, a 14% loss of jobs, and reduction of total broadcasting time from 5.5 hours to 4 hours per week. So it is crucial now that we use that 4 hours a week as effectively as possible.
We feel that the number one issue we'll be covering within the next 12 months or so will be the land claim settlement that was recently reached between our negotiators and the federal government.
Ours is an oral tradition. We take to TV so easily because it is an oral medium. If we are to be true to ourselves, we must preserve the traditions on which our culture is based. Our most important task is to record the words of the elders while we can.
Tabani tabot masaksiaran dugo pirame ok masakman panaksiaran pa tabo panitiarame taime ikiyun naksidulgi nalaktaga ta akdamik di atunga dillugi uyaga iman imali oktugi atitiarane taganna suppi wingi taikko ama mitubbiugutit Okdugoy kayuktagoy kan gogoyong oksimaduri ama mitubbiugutit ama ngoktukakon naksumaktingman kayuktagala koruni tabung aksikan ne aksune tabo supu sitlakpa supu nguyak din sitlakpa supu nguyak durang magutaba ama nga angayiwad diara kami ikwadak po diara kami aswede ikiswok tayo na ikikanta sukawila oksimadekka.
Gunpowder was invented to destroy things, to blow things up. But my people used it to start the fire, to light their CO oil lamps. Of course, today we use matches. Like gunpowder, TV can be a great destroyer, but we have turned it to our advantage. Inuktitut television is saving our language and preserving our culture.
Malilite kuwa sibilari alugamin kinyari simatkia sawin nakasuwak suwi pichuin na ulming mata nuna kajatuin na ulming mamannim.
Our roots are grounded in their memories. In the future, their faces and their voices on tape will be our only recorded history. It is by that recorded knowledge we will judge ourselves in the future, and it is their recorded wisdom that will be the heritage of Nunavut.